Hey guys, in this week's Candid Cap, Erin and I are going to be talking about what happens when your life completely falls apart and you have to start again from scratch. Kind of the idea of reinventing yourself when all is lost. So do you want to start with your times first?
I've had a couple times actually, in my lifetime. So I'm 41 now, and I've had to restart my life twice. They're not fun, but there's generally a good reasoning for them.
Yeah.
And it's good to take a proactive approach to restarting your life versus happening to you.
Yeah,
you know?
So like when you notice that things are going awry, start to come up with some plans. Is that kind of how you...
Yeah, so for the first time, something happened bad in my life, and I'm not going to go into any details, but it was emotional for me. It was a lot of girl problems,
Yeah, I think both of us, relationships were kind of the catalyst, which is a big deal. If you're watching this and you've gone through divorce, or if you watch someone go through a divorce, that's kind of the idea of what we're talking about.
So essentially what happened was, something emotional happened to me that really, really was rough. Yeah. It had to do with a girl, and I had to look at my life and notice that I wasn't going anywhere. And I really felt like I needed to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
So I joined the Navy. And that was my first proactive way of addressing a restart.
I feel like that's not uncommon. And that's a great option. Like, that is definitely, if you're young and you're able, it gives you structure and some sort of like provisions. Like, it takes care of your overhead.
Oh, I mean,
and it's honorable.
They make decisions for you for a while. That's the important thing. They make decisions for you for a while that are, your basic decisions, like where you're going to sleep, what you're going to eat, and what you're going to do. Now, everything else, like your future, your emotional side, you can work on that without having to make the decisions on the other side. Yeah,
like it's you can decide for the future what you want to do, but it doesn't have to be like every single day the pressing issue of where am I going today? You're like, I know where I'm going for the next 4 years, so I don't have to think about it.
And they really teach you discipline, and they reinvent you for you.
And you're not alone too, so you're like with other people.
Oh yeah,
it's
like a brother sisterhood, and it's very, very deep. So that's the first time.
Yeah.
And I came out of that definitely a brand new person, much stronger than I was before, more determined to do what's right by me and my future.
Mm-hmm. I tried to join the military. That was actually the second time I tried to reinvent myself, was the military. And honestly, I met Erin right after that happened. We talked about this we have a video out, one of our Candid Caps was on the military. And we talked about how Erin went to the military. I tried to join the military, but because I had a history of dealing with depression, from like my teenage years where my parents got divorced, even that was something that got me knocked off so that I wasn't allowed to join. So military is definitely something that both of us consider to be a great way to reset. Then what was the other time you had to reset?
So many years after the military, and after I was out of the military, I was trying to get started in a career that used my military experience as its basis, which was electronics, right? So I was an electronics technician, and I did aviation electronics in the Navy, and I did, as a civilian, years of electronics. And it wasn't paying enough. It was not providing what I would consider enough money to support my ability to earn. I thought I was an intelligent guy. I should be able to earn a lot more money, and it was just very, very difficult to earn a living on what I was doing. I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I could have probably made about $50,000-$60,000 a year. At my peak, if I stayed in it.
Yeah.
But for me, that wasn't enough. I really wanted to reach the stars. I wanted to hit the 6-figure mark.
Well, also there was some level of relationship thing in that second thing. The reason that this is a big deal is that when Aaron decided that he wanted to go back and try for something else, you ended up like living in your car for a while.
It
was like,
all right. So this wasn't a decide and it's done, I changed my life. This was a process that happened.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back to school. And initially...
It was a risky decision.
Initially, it wasn't going to happen. I got Sally Mae. I got myself into amazing amounts of debt in order to get into school. I went to Full Sail, which anybody's heard of Full Sail University. It's a very, very cool tech school that has video game development. It has, you know, graphic art. It has like music. It's a very, very cool entertainment based school, and it's also very prestigious and expensive. So I went back to school, eventually got into a Full Sail, and my life took a radical turn. I went completely homeless for a while.
Yeah.
And
we've actually both done the homeless thing. We both done the homeless thing.
Lived out of my car.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, so I guess what when we talk about like your life falling apart, sometimes you make a jump that then after you make the jump, you realize when you're there.
Oh yeah. So it's like it's not like immediate life's change for the better. It sometimes goes much, much worse and then, you know, goes up.
And then other times the rug will be pulled out from under you and you find that, oh my gosh, you've lost your job, you don't have savings, and you may not have an immediate answer for how you're going to deal with the dilemma. The time that I had to totally restart, that I consider to be on par with joining the military, on par with leaving your profession to try to get a new profession when you're almost 30 years old, like that's a big deal. When I was engaged twice before Aaron, and the thing is, if there are women watching this, you may be able to relate to the idea that if you're engaged to someone who has the means to take care of you and who's older than you, you can kind of put your life a little bit on coast because you think, oh, well, this other person takes care of me, and so I'm kind of, that's going to be my future and I don't have to worry about it. If the relationship ends and that person says, you know what, you're great, you're really fabulous, I think you're wonderful, but I just don't think that you're going to be the person I want to marry. And it's a little bit like, oh my God, what do you mean? Like, what did I do wrong? Oh, nothing? You still think I'm awesome? But wait, so should I like wait around for this relationship to fix itself? Or do I need to like get myself going another direction? I chose to get myself going another direction. I attempted to go back and get a teaching job because that's what I went to school for, even though at the time I was doing like management and like account management. And so I moved to Korea. I looked online for teaching jobs, realized I wasn't certified in the state I was living in, and I kept getting these notifications online like teach overseas, teach ESL overseas. And within 2 weeks, I quit my job, got rid of everything I had, and I moved to Korea. And I thought, I have to get away from this relationship. I have to get away from this person who is like on again, off again with me, and I need to figure out another career. So that was it. Yeah, so those are our times when we have totally reset. And as a family, we are prepared to reset again if we need to. We know that good things can come from a reset, even if life falls apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, just for you guys who are wondering, if you feel like your life is over, or if you made too many bad decisions, it's too late. It's never too late. I went back to school in my 30s. Like, I didn't start this new career until I was 31. I mean, that's crazy. Like the fact that you could start a whole nother career in your 30s. Yeah. And here I am.
Even later than that, people can do that. So it's just never ever give up. The stage that you're in that feels like it's over, it's not over. Every single day is a new day and a new chance to figure out another way. So Aaron and I are going to take this little princess. She's got a doctor's appointment, so we're going to take her in. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
You.